Someone asked me why I love Disney so much, as they didn't understand why, which is why I've made this video to hopefully answer that question. For me, it all started when I visited Disney World when I was 3 years old. I can only remember snippets from this trip, seeing the castle, meeting Mickey Mouse, and riding Peter Pan's flight for the first time. My mum has always said that my face was just pure joy. My eyes were so wide as I was fascinated by everything the whole time. From there, my love for Disney grew. I had all the films on VHS, watched them over and over. I got lost in the stories and dreamed of being a Disney princess. I would always visit the Disney store just to have a slice of Disney magic. I was lucky enough to visit Orlando a lot after my first visit, up until I was 11. But in 1997, when I last visited Orlando, my fear of flying started. And even though I kept flying short-haul flights in my 20s, it was a flight to Ireland in 2009 that stopped me from flying again. Nothing happened on the flight, it was an hour in the air and then we were back on the ground. But it was the way I was made to feel on the flight for having a fear of flying. I was crying, and not in a good way, when getting on board. I was made to feel stupid and silly for having this fear by the flight crew, and it really had an impact on me. So I said to myself I was never going to fly again, and I didn't for 13 years. Knowing I had made this decision not to fly again, I still needed my Disney park fix. And lucky for me, living in the UK, Disneyland Paris is never far away, and this became my Disney escape. I've visited this place a lot over the years. Disneyland Paris is a beautiful park, and I hold it dear to my heart for all the amazing trips I have had there. But the dream of going back to Disney World was always there. In this time, this is where my love for YouTube started, and it opened back up the doors to Disney World for me. I started watching Disney ride-through videos just to have a piece of the magic. Then I came across YouTubers who are walking around the parks, talking about the history of Disney, how the parks were made, and I was hooked. During this time, it was not a happy period of my life. I suffered from depression and anxiety, which affected me on so many levels and stopped me from going places. So these YouTube videos were the highlight of my day. I couldn't wait for my favourite YouTubers to release their next video and soak up not just all the Disney experiences, but all the other adventures and places that they were going. The places that at the time I thought I would never be able to visit. But in 2016, my life would change for the better. I started my dream job, made friends with amazing people, and met my boyfriend, who gave me the confidence to go on adventures, which massively helped my anxiety. So I made the decision not to let my fear hold me back anymore. It has been 26 years since I last visited Orlando, and it was time to go back. It's January 2024, and this is me sitting at Heathrow Airport waiting to board a flight to Orlando. I've been thinking about this flight every day for the last 6 months, with my overactive imagination taking over. I try and keep my nerves and emotions contained, but as soon as the gate is called to board, my fear really does start to show. But I know I need to get on this plane, because at the other end of this flight is a place that has a piece of my heart. Taking off is the worst part for me. It's a very nerve-wracking and intense experience, but as soon as we're up in the air and flying high, I do seem to relax and try and distract myself as much as possible to pass the time and enjoy the flight, which I do to a certain degree. After 10 hours, we finally land, and I'm so incredibly happy and excited, and I couldn't believe we were there. The whole day was so surreal, and I was determined to take everything in and was ready for our adventure. And what an adventure it was. So this is day 1 of our Walt Disney adventure. Today we're at Hollywood Studios. Let's head to a galaxy far, far away.
Remember, it only takes a spark.
We're out in the Magic Kingdom. No matter the changes in my life, Disney has always been a constant beacon in my life. If I am sad, lonely, not feeling myself, or having a bad day, a Disney film, song, vlog, or even just talking about Disney helps me get back to being me. It's the memories I have as a child, watching the films and being in awe of the stories and the journey of the characters that I wanted to be. It's going to a Disney park and living the magic of the place where fairy tales come to life and where anything is possible. I have so many memories with loved ones that are attached to Disney that it fills my heart with all the emotions. No matter what form it takes, it is my happy place.